Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Marketing with Bry. Today, for this episode, we'll be talking a little bit about how to pay off your debt fast. This is really my experience with paying off debt. I am not completely debt free now, but I am working with a system that worked for me, a system that I've researched and developed for myself. And at the time, I I didn't have I wasn't in a good place financially. I was working at Subway for $9 an hour, and it was kind of hard to see myself coming out of the hole, that I dug by being in debt. But what I did today was I went to one of the tools that I used on a regular basis, and I put together a sample test monthly budget plan, and I'm going to show you guys what I did, to put myself out of that hole, just so I could breathe a little bit better and wake up, in the morning and be less stressed and have more money for myself. So I started to do a lot of research on how to keep most of my money. Most people, when they get into debt, or they earn a dollar, they their goal is to just earn more money, see how best they could make more money, and oftentimes that usually relates to working harder, um, because they translate hours into cash. So they basically have to get up and work in order to earn money. Um, Upon doing multiple research and reading books, one of the books that I love to read was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I learned that you don't have to view money like that. You don't have to work for it to make it. You could implement systems in place that can make you money without you actually physically working for it. But I mentioned that because that's one way of gaining money. Another way of gaining money, or not gaining, but maximizing your efficiency, is by keeping more of your money. And what do I mean by that? I realized, working at Subway, I would probably make $1,500 a month, and that's working probably over 40 hours a week. And I was losing probably 15% of that to taxes, and another 20% of that just for buying food each day. Working at the company, I used to buy drinks, food on a regular basis for just to feed myself, and I would probably lose another 10 to 20% just paying the minimum on credit cards and interest eating up my money, and I would probably lose a lot more too just by not knowing where my money is going. I'll spend $5 to $10 a day on stupid simple stuff, and at the end of the month, it come up to $200 $300 of just miscellaneous expenses, money that I'm spending, and not knowing where it's going. So what I did here was to show you guys. I'm using Google Sheets. I'll leave a link down below so you could sign up for that too. This is a template that Google Sheets have. It's called Monthly Budget. I usually just come in and edit it. Right now, this is a test budget. I gave $3,000 because I'm anticipating where minimum wage went up to $12. Some people are probably earning $14 working at a call center or something like that. If you do a little extra time and you have a little extra gig on the side, I used to have two jobs, Subway and cleaning. So I would I put the income at about 3,000 because I'm figuring, well, that's probably the minimum of what most people earn. If you earn less, the numbers can be deflated and it could still work. So what I did here was the credit card debt. I put one big one, which was 5,000, and another small one, just 1,500. You may have multiple small credit cards, that are like 500 each or something like that. But the trick that I did was, my aim was to figure out which one has the highest interest rate, which one had the lowest interest rate, and pay off the one that's lowest first by making a big payment on that, and pay the minimum on the other one, or the rest if you have more than one credit card. Another way. So first, what I did was, for example, food. in included in food. I have a family. My wife and I. We don't have any kids, but it's just us. And food would cost us about $100 a week, which when I looked into that, I was like, man, that is a lot. We would buy stuff at Walmart, buy stuff at, eat out, stuff like that, and it would come to 400 or 500 a month, and it was pretty rough. Not put it when you don't put it down on paper and you spend on a daily basis. It's like you don't see where the money is going, but when you put it down on paper and you see, it's like, man, that's a lot. So we don't celebrate the holidays, so we don't spend money on gifts on a regular basis, or anything like that. It's just a way we found that could save us a lot of money. Health and medical, we had insurance, and you paid like $200. So I'm figuring the average person have insurance, and they pay about that much. Right now we don't have insurance. What we do is we do like Aflac or something like that, which is a lot more affordable in my opinion, and we also save and invest the remainder, and I'll talk a little bit about that too in the future. But let's say that this family here spend $400 a month on food. You probably spend more or even less, but that's what they do. And let's anticipate that they don't cook as much too. They probably eat out and buy food, so that's about $400 a month. Right here, after taxes, they make $3,000, and let's say they spend $2,900 out of that $3,000 a month, or they spend all of it. Let's just add the $90 here. So they spend all of $3,000. So what I would do if I was this family is, if I have a $5,000 credit card, I would pay off this one first, because both of them probably have a 26% APY. Getting this one off, and then I could bring all this payment to there. So within 3 months of earning $3,000, given that nothing bad happens in terms of medical or emergency, it would probably, you probably pay off this card real quick. And then when I pay off this off, what I would do is freeze this account and hide the cards, and I don't keep them in my wallet. I hide the card, and the reason why I don't just cancel the account is because I always tell myself, if there's anything that can go wrong, that will go wrong, and it would be nice to have the cards just to back up and help. But what I would do in this case is I would probably freeze this account so nothing can be spent off it unless it's an emergency, and put the cards in, like, hide it somewhere that I know where it is, and my wife but will only use it for health or medical emergencies. Then start after you pay this off, this will become zero. So you just freed up $500 a month, and with that $500 a month, you can start paying off this, which would be $550, right? And many people might say, oh, that's not a lot. Interest will probably eat some of this, so it would probably take you about 10 months to pay this off. And after paying that off in 10 months, you just freed up $550. I would probably, right now, what we do as a family is we have a Sam's Club membership, which is about $10 a month, and we go to Sam's Club and we buy in bulk. So we spend about $400 at Sam's Club, and we buy packets of chicken, large quantities of stuff, and that would probably cost us about $200 a month. We don't eat out. We eat out probably once every 5 to 6 months. So, and we got ready for health, and we just have Aflac, so that's probably $120. If there's anything serious that happen, we'll get that little help we need, plus the cards and stuff. And we, assuming they still live in the same place, all your utility bills. So this would include your phone payment, light, and probably your water, depending on how much your family use. And let's say you have a cat, so you spend about $60 a month, which is what we spend. We have a cat. And remember, you still have about $800 left over. And you see right there with that $800, when you realize that when you start living debt free and you realize that, all right, okay, I don't have much debt. I have 590 here plus the 800 in freed up. What am I going to do with that? What you can start to do is, instead of spending it on other things that don't really make much sense, you could invest it. And one of the ways that I do investing is by using an app called Webull. Sorry, it's 2 L's. It's called Webull. It's an investing app, and it's free to join. And I'll leave the link down below so you and I can get a free stock. But what's cool about Webull is you can buy your own stock and hold it. So you put that $800 a month in you put that $800 a month in a stock that a company that you like. You don't have to know much about the stock market. All you have to do is put the money in and buy what company you like. For example, when I first got started with stocks, I bought BPMX, which was a pharmaceutical corporation, and there was many hype around it, and people were like, yeah, this is going to be a good company, they're going to go up to $1, and I'm like, okay. So right when I saw it, it was about 12 cents, so it was about here when I saw it, 30, yeah. And you could spend $1,000 at 13 cents back in 2017 December. $1,000 at 13, so that would be probably about 10,000 shares if you spend 1,000. Yeah, probably about 10,000 shares. And you could, if you sold it close towards the peak, so you sold it back at 30 cents at 10,000, your $1,000 just became 3,500 or 600. So stuff like that. And all you had to do was to hold it, maybe, let me see, December, down in December 2017, and you sold at the third month of 2018. So you hold it for 4 months, and you earned over 200%. Stuff like that. I am not a financial advisor. You don't have to take what I'm suggesting as gospel, but I'm just showing you how I manage to just build up myself as an individual, as an individual trying to do better with my finances. I keep my eyes simple as well. I try my best not to watch commercials or listen to people talking about their new iPhones and stuff. I really do try to keep it simple and keep busy. That way you won't be feeling like you need to buy something to feel fulfilled. Or we don't buy new clothes. We shop used, and we don't buy new accessories and home appliances. We buy used as well. You got many places like Facebook Marketplace. But another cool trick that can save you some money, other than investing with a free stock trading account like Webull, and I'll leave the link as I mentioned down below. You could sign up, get your free stock, and just keep buying value companies while they're cheap, and when they go up you sell and wait till they're cheap again and buy. And over time that will help you for your retirement too. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. But another good way to save a lot of money is with Ebates. I love this company. So here's the thing with Ebates. You could shop at places like Groupon, which would even save you more money if you shop at Groupon to get items that you want. Like, for example, if you're going on a vacation and you're going to travel, shopping with Groupon, you could probably save money by using renting certain places or hotel rooms. You save like 20-30% off at Groupon. Then you get 3% cash back just by activating Ebates whenever. See, I have the Ebates plugin right here. Any website I go on, Ebate will tell me that, okay, Ebate can offer you 5-10% back on whatever you spend with this website. And see, Sam's Club is one of the best. I'll shop at Sam's Club and I'll save money by buying in bulk, but also I'll save money 1.5% cash back. So if you spend $1,000, that's easily $15 right there. I love that about eBay. Everything adds up. If you shop at Walmart, there is so much more money you could save. If you're flying, as I mentioned, you got Verizon, $50 off select phones, stuff like that. If you're spending money, you want to keep as much as possible. That's the big deal here. You sometimes don't have means by which you can earn more money right now, but the flip side, you could probably try and save more money, whether it is cutting back on some stuff or paying off debts so that you spend less on interest and you can keep more money, or investing so your money can grow for you. Instead of spending 50% of your free time watching TV or Netflix, you could go on YouTube and learn how to invest, learn how to trade, and build up your reserve, your mental capacity, flex your brain muscle, whatever they call it, but grow as a person, and this will help you to become better at just life in general. You can work smarter and not harder, and that's something I embrace, or try to embrace, because I don't want to work hard now and when I'm 70 or 80 years old, try retire, and then I have all this money but I don't have any strength to do anything. I want to be able to I rather have all the strength and not much money, but I can do a lot of stuff because I have the strength and vigor. So while you're young, you have to think smart so that you can enjoy life now and when you're older, if you live to see that time. But I will try to make more videos like this and talk about other ways you could even make more money, and I'll leave all the links down below of websites that I've used to save money or either make money. So definitely check those out. And if you don't feel like using my affiliate link, you could always go to Google and search these things yourself. I leave the affiliate links there because it also helps me to see who sign up, and then if that person reach out to me over email, I could help them with their account or whatever. But I could also reach out to you and check to see how you're doing and connect with you on a personal level and try and help. But if you have any questions, email me. I'll leave my email down below as well. I appreciate you guys watching, and if this helped you to pay off debt, definitely give this a thumbs up. And if it doesn't help and you have large amount of debt and you're looking at how to pay it off even quicker, I don't mind you calling me either. If talk to me over email, I could give you a number to call me and we could talk for free. I want to help people and I would love to help you, so definitely reach out. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.